Google has confirmed for the first time that it plans to offer connectivity directly to mobile users in the US, but a senior executive downplayed the competition it would be to major US cellular carriers. Several reports have said the company is preparing a service that would be offered across an existing cellular network under a Google brand, a so-called Mobile Virtual Network Operator, or MVNO. But the reports haven't been confirmed until Sundar Pichai, the company's senior vice president, spoke at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona on Monday. "You'll see us announce it in the coming months," said Pichai. Pichai said it won't be a full-service mobile network in competition with existing carriers. Instead, he said, it will give Google a platform through which it can experiment with new services for Android smartphones. He likened it to the work Google does today in hardware, where it works with existing partners on its Nexus line of devices. The phones give Google experience in hardware and a platform to try out various services, but are not meant to be a major challenge to companies like Samsung and HTC. "We've always tried to push the boundary of what's next in hardware and software, and we do that with the Nexus devices today," he said. "We want to be able to experiment along those lines." Pichai said that he hopes cellular carriers will pick up with some of the ideas and innovations it tries should they prove successful with users. He didn't provide any details about what those may be. In typical Google fashion, this is being done to spur the carriers to do things they haven't done, said Bill Menzies, a research analyst at Gartner. He said Google's work will likely focus on areas it considers cellular service to be lacking. "Everything Google does is designed to drive usage of its core businesses," he said. "One of those might be in delivering better connectivity to devices as they switch between cellular and Wi-Fi, or perhaps allowing phones to jump between different cellular networks to maintain a strong signal. It might also push new cellular price plans, perhaps offering consumers the chance to pay for exactly how much data they use each month rather than buying a bucket of data and seeing the unused allowance go to waste." A federal judge on Monday ruled Nebraska's ban on gay marriage unconstitutional in a decision that would allow same-sex couples to marry in the state within a week. U.S. District Judge Joseph Patalin issued a preliminary injunction in a case brought by 7 same-sex couples in the state, calling Nebraska's ban an unabashedly gender-specific infringement of equal rights of its citizens. Patalin denied a state request to stay his decision, but said his injunction would take effect on March 9th to relieve Nebraska's officials' concerns of possible administrative turmoil. Nebraska state officials quickly appealed the ruling to the 8th Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals. "The definition of marriage is an issue for the people of Nebraska, and an activist judge should not substitute his personal political preferences for the will of people," Governor Pete Ricketts said in a statement. Nebraska voters in 2000 adopted a state constitutional amendment that defines marriage as only between one man and one woman and does not recognize civil unions, domestic partnerships, or similar relationships. The plaintiffs include Sally Waters, who has stage 4 breast cancer that spread and wants Nebraska to recognize her 2008 marriage to Susan Waters in California, in part to provide critical financial protections for her children. "Today is a day for celebration. The love and commitment our clients share will finally be entitled to equality and respect in the eyes of the law," said Daniel Conrad, executive director for the ACLU of Nebraska. The ACLU and other attorneys brought the challenge against the ban in November. Nebraska officials had asked the judge to put the challenge on hold while the U.S. Supreme Court decides whether states can ban gay marriage, arguing that the Nebraska case raises the same questions as the Supreme Court will address. Challengers to ban in Michigan, Ohio, Tennessee, and Kentucky filed briefs on Friday in the U.S. Supreme Court case, which is expected to be decided by the end of June. "It is time for the U.S. Supreme Court to bring the country to national resolution and end marriage discrimination for all Americans," Freedom to Marry President Evan Wolfson said in a statement. "Everyone should have the right to marry, you know. I myself am heterosexual, but I think that a man should be able to marry a man, man should be able to marry a female, female man, female to female. It's everyone's right. I really hope my state can get its act together as well with same-sex marriage." Question of the day: what do you think of this Google mobile carrier thing? Do you think it's going to be the Google overlords are taking over, or do you think it's just another way to get cell phone carriers to be more innovative? And as always, thank you for watching.